2 snapping turtles fighting in my swim. Just when the bite was getting good. Friggin' sucks. This guy went absolutely bonkers. I thought for sure it was a mirror. But we got time for another one, maybe. Okay, looks like the light levels are going crazy here. Hopefully that fixes itself. There we go. Alright, we're shooting intro for a bit of a whip fishing video here. There are some fish caught in this video, so don't worry about that. Don't drop out, tune out, and all that stuff. I just want to let you know how I got from shooting, or how I got to shooting a whip fishing video and basically not filmed or really put out anything previous to this. In order to explain that, I have to take you back to basically kind of early spring. I went out and I was fooling around for a while with trying to come up with my own technique to fish a few different spots. I was trying to find a solution to fishing like Queenston and for like dropbacks, and fish the upper Niagara for like walleyes and Lakers in the winter with all the current and that. And so I was kind of fooling around with I was going to call it bobber dogging, but it was basically just what I was going to do is fish with like an oversized float and have a drop shot hook on my line with some weight underneath. Then I could fish some really deep water and heavy current at distance. Maybe I was hoping more effectively than bottom bouncing. So I did fish. I think it was the upper Niagara first. Tried for the Lakers and the walleyes and that. Nobody around me caught. I didn't catch. And then the water conditions got a little bit weird, and I went to a different spot downriver. I caught myself a trout. So there is some merit to the technique. Then I spent a couple trips down in Queenston trying to catch some drop back rainbows towards the end of the season. I didn't get outfished by anybody, but I also didn't catch, so I don't know 100% whether it was the right technique for that stretch of river, or if the fish weren't cooperating. But I never really got to explore that as much as I would like to have done, but I had to move on from there. And then later on in the spring, John and I kind of tried to shoot kind of a bigger project, and we've got tons of footage kind of shot for that, but we've kind of set a bit of a target for that material, and we didn't accomplish the target right away, so we're gonna have to decide how we kind of disseminate that, whether it's installments or whatever. But a lot of great footage, a lot of great fish, a lot of great times on the water. But that'll be put out for another day. Then I tried to shoot a carp episode, and I only got like one fish, and I was kind of bummed out from that. And specifically a carp episode that I could put out outside of the big project. And then I only got the one fish that day. So it was getting later on in the spring, and I tried to catch the tail end of the Lakers pushing back into the Niagara River. but I think I waited too long. I think the water was in the mid-60s or whatever. I went down to the whirlpool and and I was fishing spinners. I was bottom bouncing, casting jigs, trying to get into some Lakers down there, and jet boats were flying around, and there was tons of weed in the water, and like I kind of knew early on, like it wasn't looking too promising, but I would have been happy with one fish, and I've caught pretty late down there, but this didn't pan out. I didn't even touch a smallmouth. Like I didn't even get anything. It was great to kind of like switch up the species that I was targeting. It was kind of refreshing to be casting and doing certain things down there. Obviously, like I could have done without the walk in and out. But anyway, so that didn't really come to fruition. So there's like 4 or 5 videos there, attempts at videos that you haven't seen or haven't really turned out. I also already filmed an intro for this whip fishing video, but when I was gonna start editing the video, I could hear some music in the background. I didn't want the channel to get some sort of a copyright strike, so I'm refilming this whip fishing video. And the reason I even attempted any whip fishing was because John's been kind of messing around with sort of match fishing styles and that. He picked up 2 whip fishing rods, and the idea was we were gonna film a match, and that whole process was like probably over a year in the planning, and finally got on the water and went to film the episode. And John let me kind of have like a camera in the back that would kind of catch everything, and then we were gonna splice everything together with his 2 cameras. Unfortunately, my GoPro like overheated or did something weird, as you hear me complain about them in many of my videos, and of course it let us down again. But I had such fun doing that. John actually, he won the match. It was like 3-1 or something like that. We were targeting these like tiny carp, and they were kicking our butts on those whips, and it was a blast. So I had to try it again, and here we are here at the beginning of this sort of whip fishing video. I gotta stitch all the other footage together after this. I don't even remember exactly how it went. I got into a few fish, had a good time, and so that sort of footage will follow here. I did have one sort of a bonehead mistake. When I went to go whip fishing with John, I pulled all my carp gear out of the car, and I put in the morning that I went whip fishing, I just put one of my little trout nets in the car. And when I actually got out there, when I was fishing with John, we were using like a whip fishing net, or like a smaller match fishing net on the end of a like carp fishing handle. So like the net was pretty long. It was like at least a 6-foot, kind of a 6-foot net handle. So when I was fishing with John, it was really easy to net the fish. But when I went back the next day to fish on my own, my net handle for my trout rod didn't really cut it, so I wasn't too graceful landing some of the fish. I had a great time, and just been so pressed for time, generally speaking. Now that Rory's at his school, like there's a lot of things kind of competing for my free time right now. So yeah, here I am on my way to get bait for the summer SSF and get groceries, and I'm basically filming an intro for footage I've filmed in the past. Hopefully help the channel out and keep some content coming out for the channel, because I enjoy the regular episodes as much as the next guy. So so here we are. This is the intro for and how I got to fishing tiny carp on the whip in Canada. So enjoy. I'm going shopping for groceries, so you're probably gonna have a better time than me. Alright, I guess I didn't think this through 100%. We fished the spot yesterday evening because it was in the shade, and with the Humidex it was in excess of 40 degrees Celsius. So that means in the morning this spot is going to be full sun, and we're still under a heat warning. So I'm going to start out here, see if there's anything around mopping up last night's bait, and then if I get too hot, then I might have to try to find some shade. That's pretty cool. Take that. This little guy just kicked my butt. That was pretty cool. I don't have the net handle. I don't have the net handle. Well, I have the net handle, but I don't have the net head, the net that John gave me yesterday to use. So I think I'm gonna run back to the car, get my full size carp net, and just wrap the net around the handle so that it's not very deep, and then I have an easier time scooping these guys up. Send them back. Okay, for the first time this season, I took all my carp stuff out of my car. I realized this just before I went back to the car to get it. So I'm gonna stick it out here for a little bit more. I'm going to try to get a live take because the bite's been pretty good. I'll try to get a live take, and then I'll see how hot I am and see if I'll stick it out some more or not.
Oh, you're good. No.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. How does it affect it when the water levels are so high?
I've not come here like all that often. My friend was just telling me that there's like really small carp in here, and I've got a couple so far. So I guess it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't. Good luck.
Thank you. This guy gave up a little quicker than the last one. It kind of feels like he didn't spawn too long ago. It's a massive snapping turtle right in front of me. I imagine that's not going to help the fishing much. I think I'll shut the camera off for a minute until this guy vacates. Got two snapping turtles fighting in my swim. Just when the bite was getting good. Friggin' sucks. There we go.
There's no way they
Okay, we got another one. The snapping turtle, I think one took off, and then the other one was kind of lurking around within like a 20-yard radius, but he seems to have gone now too. So maybe we'll try for one more, but I'm kind of baking in the sun now, so I might have to get going. It's getting close to the end of school. This guy went absolutely bonkers. I thought for sure it was a mirror. But we got time for another one maybe. And if it's a numbers game, I'm hopefully getting closer. Gone and hooked the snapping turtle. Alright. Snapping turtle. Broke the line. It's probably gonna screw the swim. I really wanted to end with a the mirror carp, but my swim is probably trashed for a while and I gotta get going. That was interesting. Definitely have to come back and try this again. I thought that turtle took off. When he first came into the swim, I swear he was like looking at me and was curious. And he just kind of kept meandering around here. I got into a few more fish, so I thought he had gone. I don't know if he's down there eating up the corn or what. But I ended up hooking him in the rear right leg. And it's a barbless hook, so it should pop out no problem. I couldn't get it to shake off. I was trying to get him closer, and I was gonna poke at it with the net and try to push it out of his leg, but the line broke first. This line is like, it's like the thickness of a human hair, and doesn't feel to be much stronger. He came back for one last look at me. He's totally screwing my swim. I've decided to be a little stubborn, tied on a fresh hook, and take another stab at this. Yeah, a couple more little carp.
Nice. Yeah, I could see them all out there along. They come up to the shore, and there we can see them like eating the insects and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's cool. Have a good day.
You as well. Okay, I didn't get my mirror, but finished with my biggest fish of the day. And that alarm means I gotta get going.